Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Prophet back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at Theta and T-Fuel. We talk about Theta and T-Fuel on this channel quite a lot because of the massive potential behind them. We see a $12.29 Theta right now, a 9% increase in the last 24 hours alone, as well as the last week looking about a 12.72, and the last month is just that 478. Do remember we came off of that all-time high of about 1590 April 16th at 8 a.m. Do remember as well that Theta is kind of very similar to T-Fuel in the same aspect that it had an all-time high previously of 56.54 March 23rd 8 p.m. and we are coming off of that and trying to recover to that full previous all-time high. We do see a 20% increase in the last week alone and a 1.49% increase in the last 24 hours. So Theta, T-Fuel, both doing very, very well. We see the market cap on T-Fuel still being very, very low at that 2.1 billion. If we take a look at Theta's market cap, we are seeing a $12.4 billion market cap. So we are continuing to see some increases. We see a lot more volume being pumped into Theta right now, 578.2 million, a lot more increasing as we speak. We do see that 12.29 and it's continuing to rise. We see a 12.36 now. We actually saw it go all the way up to about 12.31, kind of dip back down, but within the last hour we are seeing a lot of movement now at that 12.37, 12.36 range. We are continuing to see Theta push and push. This is exactly what a lot of people knew was coming and we're expecting. So we are continuing to see some good growth here. I want to jump into where we think Theta is going to be by the end of 2021 as well as May and June. So make sure to stick around for the end of the video so we can get those price predictions to you guys. Obviously, I am not a financial advisor, so always do your own research before investing. As well as, guys, I want to make sure you get all the most really newest and greatest information on Theta and T-Fuel as possible. So make sure if you are a Theta holder or a T-Fuel holder, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video. I would really appreciate it. So jumping into our first thing. So a lot of people have been talking about getting a Coinbase listing about Theta. Here are more coins being listed on Coinbase. Coinbase is getting faster with these listings as we continue to see more and more getting listed. CTSI, RLC, MIR, and TRB. So hopefully we see Theta and T-Fuel in the future. I do think Coinbase will have to take it up as it is such a solid foundation and a coin that a lot of people respect. And I think because of that, Theta will be getting its shot at Coinbase here in the near future. I do want to talk more about that though, as it is speculation. We will be talking more about that, like I said, later in the video. So jumping into our next one, I want to see announcing WPT Theta drop now scheduled for Thursday, 5/13. All users who pre-funded for original 5.2 launch will receive free 100 T-Fuel airdrop. So a lot of people obviously happy about that, getting 100 T-Fuel free. You can't complain too much about that. As we jump into the Theta drop itself, the Medium, they talk about WPT Theta drop launch update and how it's being updated to a new date, as well as they apologize for all the problems they were occurring with the first initial attempt. I do want to say, guys, this is a big deal. Obviously, there was problems with the first initial attempt because there were so many people on the site trying to do it. I do also want to say, guys, 5/13, that is just getting closer and closer to our mainnet 3.0 launch, so there will be less of a gap between these big events. Obviously, that is a good thing. We will not see the price hopefully dip down below $12 ever again. Obviously, that's probably not going to be the case, but for the most part, we are going to see, like I said, less time in between big events. Hopefully, Mainnet 3.0 coming very, very soon in that 50 or so days. I think we are now getting closer and closer. If we go to the website, you can actually see it's on the front page. 54 days. We are 54 days away. Obviously, 5/13, so you take away about 6 days. We are getting closer and closer, about 48 days out after that WPT drop. So it is very, very exciting. A lot of people expecting, T-Fuel and Theta to continue on this rise, obviously, with really hype building over the next couple weeks. So, a lot of people are trying to time it as well. So a lot of people I know are invested in Theta, but they don't have all of their money in Theta, not as much as they would want at least, just because they are trying to time the Theta launch. So they're keeping it in things like Chainlink while this Chainlink pump is happening, or things like obviously trying to find the next Dogecoin or Ethereum Classic. There's just a lot of pumps going on right now around the cryptoverse, and they're trying to spread their money, everywhere to try to find that pump. And I do want to say, guys, Theta is one of those that if you've been sitting on it for a while because of obviously the delay on the previous Mainnet 3.0, you're going to have a great price point going up to the new Mainnet 3.0 release, and that's going to really give you guys a good look of really great profits, because a lot of these people are going to be buying, in at $13, $14, $15 as we get closer and closer. And if you already have your, Theta bought, you don't have to worry about buying really as much anymore. You're pretty much set. And I think that's going to be a big deal. And a lot of people are going to be happy with purchasing Theta at such that previous price when we saw, reach all the way down to $7.50 or even $9. Both great buys. So we jump into our next one. We come take a look at our newest content partner. So watch classic shows from Japan, including Ultraman, Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, and more. So all powered on the Theta network. Obviously, this is a big deal as we continue to see Theta.tv grab some big names. Obviously, what we want to see is this continued collaboration and partnerships. So we see a lot of potential in what we, really go over today in Theta. There's not too much out currently, but there is a lot coming. Do remember, Theta Mainnet 3.0 is going to be massive. We're going to have a lot of results after WPT drops, and I think that's going to include, more information about, future drops, I think, is going to be announced very, very soon, talking about, new NFTs and all of the collaborations they've been trying to accomplish. So let's go back to the Theta token itself. So right now, Theta and T-Fuel obviously doing very, very well. We've talked about it. Let's give it a quick refresh because it is moving so rapidly. Still around that 12.35 range. Great profits for a lot of people in buying in that $10 range, like I said. But let's jump straight into actually the website, and then we'll come back and do those price predictions for Theta and T-Fuel. So first off, I want to say Theta is the next generation video delivery powered by you. They love to say that in here. They talk about the Theta Mainnet 3.0, introducing T-Fuel stake and uptime mining. If you go down a little bit more, you can actually see this is actually hot off the press. So we'll actually read this real quick. If you go to learn more, if you are attending the IEE Org International Conference on Blockchain and Cryptocurrency today, make sure to catch Theta CTO. Obviously, presentation on off-chain micropayment pool for high throughput bandwidth and sharing rewards. So this is a big deal, obviously, for a lot of people. As we continue to really honestly see, Theta really taking names out there. So let's go down a little bit more. We actually can see that you have live partners, including Theta.tv, Samsung VR, G Fuel. If you go down, you can see all the live network stats, obviously growing every day. If you go down a little bit more, we see the enterprise validator nodes. This includes things like Google, Sony, Samsung, Binance, Blockchain, and Gumi. Obviously, big names yet again. We see the problem being poor quality, skyrocketing data needs, and centralized and inefficient system. We go down a little bit more, we see the solution. So there is a solution, thankfully, and Theta is the one that came up with it. We have a great graphic here. If you guys haven't seen this graphic, it really ties into how Theta Fuel, or Theta T-Fuel, I guess, really actually plays a part in the actual ecosystem of Theta.tv. So it's talking about these decentralized peer-to-peer video delivery, a new native blockchain powered by users. They talk about viewers can earn rewards as Theta Fuel, higher quality, smoother video streaming, and reduced cost of delivering video streams. Then you go down to the open source platform. This includes esports, VR content, broadcasting and entertainment, music, movies, and media. And then they have the distance learning, enterprise conferencing, and peer-to-peer streaming, talking about the open source and network protocol, as well as decentralized DApps and multiple content verticals. So there's just a lot really to cover on thetatoken.org. There's just a lot of, like I said, Theta network, really information here for you guys to really research on. And it really goes to show how much is actually coming for Theta.tv. A lot of hype surrounding it right now. We're starting to build that hype back up. In 20 to 30 days, I'm just going to tell you, it's going to be a lot more hype than we currently have right now, even, which is crazy. But we saw it before. We're going to see it again. If you go to the Theta price in the last month, April 15th, we were starting to see insane price increases from about $12.50 like we are now, $12.32, to this insane jump to about $15.90 pretty much overnight. And we did see it obviously just tank after that, and that's just because we saw the mainnet 3.0 delayed. Unfortunately, a lot of people were kind of sad about this, and we, saw the price go actually all the way down to $7.50 after the crypto market crashed. So if you bought it, on the way up about $15, and then you had a $7.50 coin, you already lost half your money, and you're starting to be very worried. I'm hoping you guys didn't sell at that price point and knew that it would be coming back as we get closer and closer to Theta Mainnet 3.0. So I do want to go over those price predictions, like I said. So starting with May, where do we think Theta is going to end up? So I do think Theta is going to continue to push closer to that $15.90 by the time we get to that Mainnet 3.0. I do think we'll actually push past $15.90 very easily. Because we weren't even, like I said, we weren't actually there at that mainnet release yet. We were getting closer, and we saw the pump already starting to increase. So because of that, I think by the end of May, we are going to see, the pump start to increase because, like I said, we are going to get closer to the mainnet 3.0. We're going to have the WPT, hopefully a successful launch of the Theta drop itself. So because of that, I think it's going to be very possible we see a $13 to $14 to $15 Theta. I think $13 to $15 in the end of May is going to be a realistic prediction for Theta. Do remember, guys, I like to keep my price predictions predictions very conservative because there's a lot of people out there doing 100x price predictions on things like Theta. It's just not going to happen, not with the market cap we have. I think Theta is a great coin. I think T-Fuel is a great coin. 100x is just not going to happen in the next year. So I do think, $13 to $15 is a price point that Theta should be reaching for by the end of May. And I know a lot of people are thinking that's not much higher than we currently are at. And yeah, I understand that. The only thing I will say, guys, is we have to unfortunately wait for the mainnet 3.0 to see massive increases. We can see increases like we saw today with this 10.87% increase, a very solid increase, 13% increase in the last week alone. But you won't probably see, I guess, Theta into those 20s until June. 20s is definitely what I'm expecting for Theta by the end of June. I'm expecting, maybe a $20 to $25 to $28 price point for Theta by the end. And actually, going into the mainnet 3.0, I do expect Theta to be right around $25 to $30. So we'll see where really Theta ends up, as well as T-Fuel. But going into the end of 2021, that's where I think Theta really will continue to increase. I think there's so much coming. And because of that, I think, right around $80 to $85 is a solid price point for Theta by the end of 2021. Jumping into T-Fuel, this is another very solid coin, obviously related to Theta. And if you guys don't know much about it, I would suggest, like I said, going to the website and learning more about how T-Fuel plays a role in Theta Network. 39 cents right now, a 1.57% increase in the last 24 hours, but the week alone, a 17% increase. We saw a massive spike from about 32 cents to about 42 cents, just continuing to increase and now kind of stabilize around this 39 to 40 cent range. I do think this is another coin that's going to do very, very well. By the end of May, I suspect it'll be right around 50 to 55 cents. By the end of June, I think we'll get around 60 to 65 to 70 cents. And then I think it'll pump fairly fast after that because, like I said, T-Fuel staking is going to be a lot cheaper than Theta staking. And because of that, I think by the end of the year, we're going to see a $2 to $3 Theta T-Fuel. So T-Fuel is going to have higher risk, higher rewards type deal with it, as it is a lower market cap as well. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you guys have any questions or comments on my price predictions, I would love to hear them. Let me know in the comments below, as well as subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video. I really do appreciate everyone stopping by and giving me some support. I will see you guys all in the next one. Hopefully we keep seeing Theta do what it's doing.